welcome to another episode of Faith on the Street. I am delighted to have you. How have you been and how are you today? So, today we're talking about talent. You've seen it before, you've heard it before, but I'm doing something new on this episode, okay? I'm looking out or scouting actually for talents. Talents who have something to do with God, talents who have contributed to the church, or at least making a move towards doing that, because that's what you have it for. This gift was given to you to give back to God and to bring souls to God with it. That's basically what it is, and that's what I'm trying to showcase today on this episode. Join me as I meet our newest talent. Do not forget to follow us on our different video. Do not forget that this is Faith on the Street, and you can follow us on our different social media platforms on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Please subscribe, comment, share, follow us, okay? At Faith on the Street. Let's go find talent.
Try my best, but still I fail. And even then, you're with me there. You remind me I'm a child of God. Regardless of the things I've done, oh, my hope is found in perfect love. Oh, your mercy triumphs over judgment. Love wider than horizons, stronger than ocean. Lord, your kindness, oh, it leads us to repentance, to the heart of God. Oh, your heart, oh God, your heart is all I want. That's the song.
Okay, so if you're awed by great things, if you are amazed at talent, then this is one you're looking at. And I am so delighted to be with her right now. I am really, really delighted to be with such a person. I mean, we're going to talk about her. So if you want to hear everything about her, then make sure not to touch your phone. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm saying this now because by the time she starts talking, you might just get, How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Right. What's your name?
My name is Onyinyechukwu.
Onyinyechukwu, what do you do? Generally, apart from the singing thing here, but what do you do?
Okay, I sing, I write, and I am currently a music student. I'm studying music at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka.
Okay. And you like to be this cool. I see how calm you are and all of that. Okay, so talking about talent, because that's what I'm out for on this episode, I want to just check out for people who are good, who may not be famous, who might not be doing extraordinarily, how the world will want you to be, but who know their onion. And that's how I met you. And I'm glad I met you once again that I'm saying this. I want to know what singing has been like for you since you were a kid. When did you start singing this good?
Okay, I don't know about this good, but I remember when I was really young, like when I was like 5 or 4 or something. Me and my older siblings and I, we would make up songs and just sing. So I think growing older, I now realized that okay, I was the only one whose voice started to sound better than the others' voices. So I don't have a particular age to it. I just grew up and I realized, okay, my voice is nice.
So when you realized your voice was nice, you wanted to pursue a career in it, yeah?
Okay, initially, I always wanted to be a lawyer. I've been told I know how to argue and all of that, and I'm like really good at English.
And yet you're so calm. Yes, you're good.
Yeah, and I'm really good at English. So I wanted to be a lawyer because I thought lawyers were people who knew how to speak good English. I didn't know like what law really entailed. But then I think it was in my SS1, like after my SS1 to going to my SS2, that I had this encounter at home. Because like my older siblings, all of them, God revealed to them what He wanted them to study in university, and I was the only one. So I think,
You're the only one who didn't get anything.
yeah, who
It
did?
sounds like Encanto.
So
Mirabelle.
yeah. So I was the only one who didn't get a career.
Revelation.
Yeah, and so those ones, my other siblings, they were revealed to my mom, but mine was revealed to me that day. So that was when God told me He wanted to use me. He wanted to use, I think, my music or something to draw people to Him, something like that. So that was how I knew that okay, I was going to scrap the law and study music. So I started studying music, actual music theory in secondary school in my SS2, and then came applied to Unizik and started. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think actually wanted to pursue a career in music, but I was already serving in church. I was in the choir then. So okay. So yeah.
Okay, so I mean, this is me being just a nice person here and giving you this. I mean, if you ever get the time, you can still pursue law. There's nothing wrong with a singing lawyer.
No.
Yeah.
I don't have the passion for it again.
You don't want it anymore.
I don't want it anymore.
Okay, that works. Okay, now you mentioned church, and that's where I want us to talk about because this episode is about using your talent to bless God, to attract souls to God. How has it been for you so far?
Okay. I'll just say off the top of my head that it has not been easy actually. So I'm the kind of person who likes my words and my actions to match. You get. So coming from home, like you're just who you are, you're who you really are at home. And then you come to school and then you see a new version of you. So I'll just say that I fell off. I know that I did fall off. So I stopped going I stopped going to church at a point. Never joined the choir here in school, stopped choir at home, and yeah, just basically like looking back in retrospect, you can see that you fell off. But at that moment I didn't know that was what I was doing. So I thought I was just like giving myself time to figure out, because I'm also the kind of person that likes to be sure about something before doing it. So I wanted to be sure that I know that if I ever like be a mainstream artist, if I ever am a mainstream artist, I would want to do gospel. But I was still thinking, okay, what exactly do I want I wanted to have a clear path, and in doing that I fell off. So it's kind of a confusing story, but just I came to school and became a different person, and stopped following God the way that, yeah, I lost that vision that God had for me to use my music to win souls for Him. So that is the
So I'm just gonna tell you this real quick because you're watching this and probably you can relate. You're in your final year, yeah?
yeah. Man.
So you're done almost.
I'm almost done. Yeah.
So I actually I actually ran. I was somewhere in my room and I heard this voice. I heard it the first time, right? She was singing a song by Justin Bieber. And I said, "Who is this?" And I kept quiet. Then the other day, I heard another. She was singing nonstop a gospel song, and I went to the room and I knocked on the door and I called her and I talked to her. I never saw her again. And then again, I decided to do this episode, and coincidentally, she was around somewhere. So I bumped into her. So I'm just saying that this could be God. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for God, but I think this could be Jesus trying to let you know now that it's time for you to come back, baby girl. Because, I mean, I saw what you did on the piano and you singing, and it was totally amazing. And take it from me, a lot of people would tell you this eventually. You are doing good. You're doing very well. And please find a way to draw people to God with this. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
And it's not too late. It's not in my place to say this, but I know it's not too late for you. So you can start from somewhere. We're going to do another interview someday when you've become in it. You don't have to be some mainstream artist, but you should be, because I think the competition in the world and the things we get to face, it's hard to find Christians who are in this entertainment, this thing. So I would love to see you someday. Promise.
I don't promise.
It's scary, it's overwhelming.
But I promise that I would work towards it. That's the promise.
I'm sure there's a reason why this is happening, because a lot of people are going to watch this and they might reach out. So just know that this is happening for a reason. So moving on, I want to talk about the challenges you face now, not just as a Christian. I'm going to approach it from the human point of view, like the human angle. As a human being in your day-to-day activities, you actually were a student. You are a student. How was it for you as a musician? Did you face any kind of temptation? Because I know you've got a good voice. Did you meet some kind of people who wanted you to do some kind of things and all of that, things you didn't want to do, and eventually just let me know what it was like for you.
Okay, I think I would say my biggest challenge is myself, because I reckon that's everyone's biggest challenge. So myself, in the sense that I've just been a laid back person. So I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want to share the things that I can do and stuff like that. I'm just by myself in my own space, in my own bubble. Yeah. So I think that will be my biggest challenge, because that way it's not like I'm doing a good job of evangelizing through my life. It's not like I'm doing a good job of drawing people to God through my voice. Um, like I'll just say my biggest challenge has been myself. Yeah. So like I'll say I've not let God do His work as much as He wants to do in my life.
We've heard people who say that they don't bring their talent to the church because oftentimes the church underprices them or underestimates what they have for one reason or the other. Is that the case? Do you even sing in your church?
Okay, I used to sing in my church, and I would say it's not. I don't expect to be paid for it.
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
Okay. I understand the instrumentalist, because I mean I'm a vocalist first, but I play instruments too. You spend a lot of hours, and then like practicing to get good at your craft, because it's a craft, it's a skill you learn. It's not something you're born with. So you spend hours to get good at your craft, and it's just like it's just expected that you get some form of reward for that. But when you come into the house of God, if you're an actual Christian who is born again and probably spirit filled, you know that there's sacrifice. There's something called sacrifice. And sacrifice is like your service is one of the best sacrifices you can give.
So let me go like very, very straight to the point. Someone says, I cannot be singing in the church or playing the instrument, and in fact, playing the instrument most times, and you don't pay me. So you're saying that people should not look forward to making money with their talent in the church.
What I'm trying to say is that you should come to the church with the mindset of I might be paid, I might not be paid, because it's when you go outside, when you leave you and your God, when you go outside, you expect that people pay you for shows that you attend and other stuff that you do. But when you come to the house of God, that's your service, that's your sacrifice in God's presence. Because I told you before, um I don't think a lot of us do a good job of yeah, like of doing other service for God. It's not like we have so much money to give, or that we are missionaries that go out to evangelize or something. So it's one of the one of the least stressful ways to show God that okay, I'm being sacrificial. So it's something that costs you something, and it's glorifying God. So I think that's all you need. So if you can just come to the church with your talent or your skill and say, God, it is you I'm doing this for. I'm not after the money. When I go outside I can chase money. I can, like, we are not supposed to make the church our career. That's what.
We're not supposed to make the church our career. That's a punchline from Onyinyechukwu here. I've never heard this, but it sounds interesting. I don't know if you agree with her. Remember, we've got our YouTube channel. You're watching this on YouTube probably or anywhere. Do not forget to leave your comments, your reaction, because Onyinyechukwu will definitely see them. And we would be glad to have you react, okay, on this one. And I sincerely appreciate you, Onyinye. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Right. And I hope to maybe have other videos with her someday. And by then, she would be doing something. And you definitely hear her voice, like you hear the likes of who and who, Mesichinwo, and all of them. And it's amazing. It's amazing what you do. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of of a spotlight on talent. Okay. And I don't know everything she said and more. Please, please, if you've got the talent, do something for God with it. It's important. Let's not make a career out of the church. That sounds amazing. And something I would love to adapt to, something I would love to adopt. I beg your pardon. Something I'd love to adopt. I hope it finds you well. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Amanda Elu, by the way, and I'll be back again. Always listen to what we have to say and always watch us everywhere we go. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it is Faith on the Street. Join us and be blessed. Thank you.
I give you what I can today. Scattered ashes that I hid away. I lay it all at your feet. From the corners of my deepest shame, empty places where I wrote your name. Show me the love. I say God, I give you what I can today. Scattered ashes that I hid away. I lay it all at your feet. From the corners of my deepest shame, empty places where I wanted. Show me the love. I say I believe. Help me to lay it down. Oh Lord, I lay it down. Oh, let this be where I die, my Lord, with thee crucified. Be lifted high as my kingdom come, once and for all, once and for all.
Actually, I am impressed. I was thrown off by such a talent. I mean, she really is good. If you ask me, I think she's really, really good. And I know there are 1,001 persons watching this who are as good as she is or even better than her. What's stopping you from showing it? What's stopping you from bringing souls with it? Because you just never know. If you are somewhere, if you are in the church or you're somewhere where there are people, you might just bring souls to God and that's it. I think that's why you have it. That's why you have the talent. So go ahead. Do not be afraid today. Make that move. Show yourself where you need to. You don't have to be too famous, but that circle around you, how have they been blessed with your talent? That's the question I'm leaving you with. Make sure you bless someone with your talent today. I'm Amanda Elo, and it was amazing having you on today's episode of Talent and Faith. Talent and Faith. I am Amanda Elo, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. It is Faith on the Street. Once again, I am Amanda Elo, and I want you to know that your story matters. Keep living the good life, and God bless you.